When fraudsters have access to your checking or savings account information, what they'll often do is they'll go to the store and buy something small, like a pack of gum or a coffee, something that's gonna be a couple of bucks. And what they're trying to learn there is this a transaction that will go through? Because what that will tell them is, like, do they have someone's actual information? Once it goes through, they're also waiting to see, are you, the consumer, gonna notice this? And typically, most people will not notice a coffee or gum or anything that's gonna be this small test or transaction. Once they know they're in the clear, what they'll do is they'll just unfortunately go and drain your bank account. They know it's worked once and they know they can get the money. Then you're left with a $0 balance, sometimes even negative depending upon the bank, all because this tester went through to begin with. Thieves, when they get your identity, that's gonna be a combination of your name, your social security number, your date of birth, even sometimes an address. And what they can do with that is a couple of things. Sometimes with that information, they're gonna go and open accounts in your name. Other times with that information, they'll call your actual bank and say, hey, I'm so-and-so, like this is my account, increase my credit line, or I need to do an immediate cash advance and get this money into my pocket. So simply having information, not only can they create accounts in your name, but they can also take advantage of the accounts you already have by putting the money directly into their own pocket. Really, the only way to protect your personal and financial information is to watch your accounts. The life locks, the credit monitoring services, those all operate in a way that can't preclude the fraud from happening just because the fraudsters are so sophisticated. But what you can do, either by yourself or in conjunction with that monitoring service, is watch for things that are unusual. Look at your bank statements and see, was that your charge or was it not? Look at your credit report and see, do all the accounts that are reported there, are those yours? Are the inquiries yours? Something you requested? And stay on top of it, because that's really the only way that you can stop the fraud from getting worse. It's kind of impossible, unfortunately, with technology these days to outright protect yourself from any fraud happening. It's just a matter of what you can do to clean it up. If you're under the age of 18 and you found out that there's accounts that were incurred in your name before you became 18, these fraudulent accounts can follow you around for 7 years. So think about it. These accounts could be on your credit until you're 25. So if you see these accounts that are on your credit that were open when you were a minor, what you need to do is go through the dispute process right away. You can either do that yourself or contact Loker Law, and what we can do is walk you through it. What are these banks looking at from you to prove that you're a minor, and where do you send it? So Loker Law can help you get out from underneath that fraud, so when you become an adult, you can start off with a clean slate and have a credit report that you can utilize moving forward in the future. In terms of monitoring your accounts, what I do personally is when I get emailed my bank statements, I'll quickly look through to see, do I recognize all these charges? Sometimes if I'm stuck on a long conference call, I just open up my banking app and take a look at the recent transactions just to make sure is everything that's coming out of my bank account, are those charges that I made or my wife made? And if I see something unusual, I'll be able to jump on it right away and submit the disputes to the bank. So what we recommend is be diligent, watch your accounts, because a lot of our information is already out there anyways. What we need to do is make sure that we're not letting it be used against us. When you're monitoring your checking account for transactions that you did not authorize, a lot of them will look like your standard everyday transactions because that's what the fraudster wants to utilize it for. In general, look out for places you don't shop. If you don't regularly go to this type of store, that's a hint that it might be fraud. But another thing to look out for is that cryptocurrency is becoming a very, very big stopping ground for fraudsters. So if you see any transactions on your billing statement for Bitcoin or any of the other big crypto exchanges, that's a sign that a fraudster is already taking your money, already has your information, and a sign that you need to get a hold of Loker Law immediately so we can help you unravel that scenario.